Now, I wasn't really sure how I should kind of lay out this video. I'm not particularly good at doing straight reviews of things, and kind of short of just showing clips of the actual program itself, I have no idea what I'm doing. Now, I have something here that I'm quite honestly surprised how little furries know about. That being the BBC series Mongrels from late 2010 to 2011, which is, I mean, kind of think of Family Guy crossed with the Muppets. You know, it centers around animalistic puppets, which furries obviously have a clear interest already.
So, what's all this I've been hearing about you going out for a bit?
Nothing. Just meeting up with some guy.
What guy?
I don't know, to be honest. He just called me out of the blue last night.
Oi! 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 Oi!
Oi?
Oi!
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 Oi! Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Oi!
Who knows?
And it is by no means the family-friendly show which you might imagine from something like the Muppets. No, it is far more on the adult end of sketch comedy, taking full advantage of the BBC's and, in fact, the UK's rather relaxed television laws when compared to places like America and the rest of the world. We show stuff.
So if you want to kill your husband, why not just him to death? I mean, that's how we said goodbye to my old dad.
No, Mongrels is fantastic, and I'll show a few clips throughout this video, which I think is okay. It's been about 6 or 7 years since Mongrels came out anyway, and to be honest, if just one person from this video goes and buys Mongrels and watches it, you can get it on DVD on Amazon and iTunes and places like that, then I'll count that as a win, because this is a fantastic series which more furries should watch.
Simon Pegg!
Mick Frost!
'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. Shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car, passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, there's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, 200 degrees, just why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's exhausting. It's like, okay, we get it. You went to film school.
Actually giving me a headache. I just want to sit here for 2 minutes and have an anodyne.
Well, stop it, for God's sake, just stop it!
Now, I believe we were...
It centers around a couple of main characters who are essentially friends, who all live behind the back of an English pub, and I can't really go into explaining plot lines because, like something like Family Guy, there's no real overarching story. It's more events happen, and then there's cutaways and gags, and people make jokes about various things and references. There are a few references to things that maybe a UK-centered audience might understand that other people wouldn't, but I think on the most part it should translate pretty well to overseas audiences fine. You got Nelson, who is a sort of middle-class, British fox. He shares a lot of characteristics to myself, which can be taken as both a negative and positive thing.
Entire history of the universe and discover how it all began.
Question: is it gay to desire another man's company this much? God, I'd love to touch his hair. Well, I should probably keep these thoughts to myself. Maybe I'll just make a note of them in my diary. Better still a poem. I could send it to Brian, but he likes poems. And saunas.
And then you've got Marion, who is his friend, and, well, Marion kind of sums up cats pretty well, I would imagine.
The finest cat minds have been trying without joy to crack it since the 1940s.
I mean no offense by this to any felines watching this.
Uh-oh. I just seen a cat I used to go out with. I really don't want a conversation with her. It didn't end well. Die, daughter of Dracul! Apparently, she wasn't a vampire. Just had these 2 pointy teeth, which I later discovered all cats do.
Then you got Carly, you can't forget about the avian crowd. First off, a fantastic puppet. The fact that they were able to move a puppet like a bird so convincingly like this is really amazing. And if you look at some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that they did, it takes 3 people to operate just the puppet here. is very impressive, as well as the comedic angle, and the character is brilliantly written and makes some of the more well-timed puns. She's a pun character, so furries, you know, can appreciate puns, so they'll enjoy they'll enjoy her. Then you got Destiny, who is I find it difficult to describe Destiny without going into I don't know, overly negative words, but I'm pretty sure that everyone knows someone like her. So when you watch it, you can know what I mean by that. And then finally, in the list of kind of main characters, you got Vince, who is some kind of relation to Nelson. It's never really gone through, but they're effectively friends. And well, if you remember Brass on my channel,
I'm so excited I could pop. Think of the Christmases, the cubs opening their little parcels, caroling, snuggles by the fire. Oh, we'll bake a gingerbread house.
You are such a faggot.
Bit harsh, Vince.
Well, you know me, I like to call a spade a Now, just remembered something about these cubs. They're all dead. It's coming back to me now. Marjorie only went and died during childbirth.
Sir Anthony Hopkins, that's awful. What about the poor cubs?
They were totally fine. Then I got a bit peckish. So I ate them.
No, Vince is an interesting character because he's one of the most animalistic, most true to nature of any of the characters in this show, and the only character to which the swear words are actually b***ed out, which just adds to character, because whenever anyone else swears or makes anything, it's just left in, but when he does it, because he does it so often, it is b***ed out, which you wouldn't imagine is something that can be turned into a character trait. Oh, it beeps whenever they basically talk, but it works fantastically, and I think it's one of the most creative things that Mongrels actually did, was the way that his character was written.
New cuddly events! It swears!
One of the main reasons why I wanted to put this video out and bring it to people's attention is the creators of this show know about furries. As far as I know, they've actually been to several furry conventions in the UK. They fully understand the audience and completely are supportive, and I think that's fantastic. It's great to see that the creators of a show like this, which clearly will gain an audience and an interest by furries, to not only understand that furries are going to watch their content, but enjoy it, like it, you know, go to the conventions itself and participate and let people look at the puppets and even have a go at them. It's fantastic, and it's the kind of thing which is really nice to see. And now, one final thing that Mongrels do is they always do a parody-related song at some point during every episode, which are fantastic and really are something that I don't want to spoil too much. Again, although it sounds like something that's kind of childish, it really isn't. But anyway, since that's kind of where I'm going to leave it, then please subscribe if you enjoyed it. Please watch Mongrels if you can, because it's really great. And yeah, I'll leave you here. Carly, the songs?
No.
What?
I refuse. I refuse to be your linking device just so you can get into a crappy montage of old songs from the last 2 series. I think it's lazy, frankly. I think clip shows are the last refuge of the scoundrel. They are beneath contempt. So no, I would not like to say a little something about the songs.
I'm gonna play it anyway.
If you're uncomfortable with coming out, just listen to what I says beyond. Whatever anyone thinks of gays, everyone loves a lesbian.
Could you even name one of his songs? The self-important little diva. Gonna take a pickaxe to his pretty face. I'm gonna murder Justin Bieber. Breaking up is such a faff. I can't stand awkward goodbyes. Breaking up is such a faff. I'll just sweat it out until she dies.
One day you're a pedo,
And you're my jailbait.
next day you're my sweetheart.
And it's suddenly legal to mate.
Ugly women are beautiful too. They're always sweet and trusting even though they look disgusting. Ugly women are beautiful too.
No one's been stabbed here since Friday. No one's been strangled or maimed. No one's been stabbed here since Friday. And you'll just love our new needle exchange.
Key change!
He robbed me, knifed me, shot me, he poured acid down my front. He managed to castrate me even though the knife was blunt. He anally invaded me as a publicity stunt. I think that we all